Let me take you back to Compton, California. Picture a young Kendrick Lamar Duckworth growing up in Section 8 housing. His world was a mosaic of vibrant block parties and the stark reality of drive-by shootings, a duality that would shape his music forever. Now, you might be asking, how does someone surrounded by such chaos turn into a Pulitzer Prize winning rapper? The answer lies in his influences. Tupac Shakur wasn't just a poster on his wall, he was a North Star, guiding Kendrick's sense of storytelling and social consciousness. Kendrick's parents, both Chicago transplants, named him after Temptations singer Eddie Kendricks. And from the moment he first heard his own voice on a boombox, he was hooked. But let's not forget psychological trauma and survivor's guilt, two heavy terms that haunted him after witnessing violence as a child. These weren't just scars, they became the ink in his pen. Kendrick's teachers pushed him into poetry, and his stutter gave way to an agile flow that would one day reinvent hip-hop. The setup? A childhood on the edge. The conflict? Escaping the gravity of gang culture. The resolution? A singular voice armed with metaphors and double entendres, ready to rewrite the rules of rap. Now, you might be thinking, is hardship really the only way to greatness? But for Kendrick, adversity was the forge. His early years weren't about glamour, they were about resilience, introspection, and the relentless pursuit of meaning in music. Let's fast forward to the hallways of Centennial High, where a teenager called K. Dot is busy scribbling lyrics in his notebooks instead of math answers. Imagine him, headphones on, battling classmates with freestyles, his words already laced with internal rhyme and biting social commentary. Here's where technical terms like flow, think of it as the rhythm of a river, sometimes calm, sometimes rapid and sample, the musical equivalent of recycling, come alive in Kendrick's hands. In 2005, he signs to Top Dog Entertainment after a 2-hour freestyle audition, a marathon in hip-hop terms. But the journey isn't all studio lights and instant hits. Kendrick's first mixtape, Youngest Head Nigga in Charge, was raw, sometimes clumsy, but already pulsing with the courage to stand out. There's conflict, two letdowns from industry giants like Def Jam, battles with self-doubt, and the ever-present shadow of violence from his past. But here's the twist. Instead of folding, Kendrick founded Black Hippie with J-Rock, Ab, Soul, and Schoolboy Q, rewriting the script for West Coast collectives. His style drew from Jay-Z's slick wordplay and Lil Wayne's elastic cadence, but he was already searching for his own sound. The setup? A hungry young MC. The conflict? Being overlooked and misunderstood. The resolution? Finding his voice, a voice that would soon challenge and then define what hip-hop could be. Now, you might wonder, what separates a mixtape rapper from a legend? For Kendrick, it was the willingness to be uncomfortable, to risk vulnerability, and to turn every setback into fuel for innovation. By 2012, Kendrick wasn't just another rapper, he was the author of Good Kid, M.A.A.D. City, a cinematic album that plays like a coming-of-age film, complete with non-linear narrative and recurring motifs. Have you ever listened to an album and felt like you were living the story? That's narrative arc in action. And Kendrick's mastery is rooted in both technical precision, like multisyllabic rhyme schemes that twist through beats as intricate as a spiderweb, and emotional truth. His follow-ups, especially to Pimp a Butterfly, exploded the boundaries of the genre, fusing jazz, think improvisation, musical surprise, and funk, that unmistakable groove, with searing commentary on race and trauma. Here's where the story takes a turn. Kendrick's All Right becomes an anthem for the Black Lives Matter movement, while Damn earns him the 2018 Pulitzer Prize for Music, the first ever for a non-classical, non-jazz artist. The conflict? The world grapples with injustice, and Kendrick channels collective pain into catharsis. The resolution? The world listens, and for a moment, hip-hop isn't just music, it's history, it's protest, it's hope. Now you might ask, can one artist really change the culture? Kendrick answers with Action headlining the most watched Super Bowl halftime show, breaking streaming records, and reshaping how we talk about race, mental health, and resilience. His legacy isn't just the awards or the accolades, it's the feeling that when Kendrick Lamar raps, the world stops to listen.